Hello there, Tom Holybeard, National Guard Defense. I want to start this by just going ahead and loading up this. Oh. Well, damn. Okay, well, surely this one will do just fine. Yeah, something you need to be careful of when you buy magazines for your AKs. As they get older or they're from whatever, this is a Century GP 1975 Sporter. Up until these two recent magazines, I've never had this issue. Here's a Bulgarian Circle 10. No issues. Another Bulgarian Circle 10. No issues. Even when I come to these older steel mags that I have duct taped, no issues. Either one. And this 75 round drum, no issues. You should inspect how your gear works. Now, this is the problem with AKs. AKs probably have the biggest issue around the magazine specifically. Where ARs used to have this issue with their ammunition, some of you might recall, this is a 55 grain AR, this is a 70 grain AR, you got to be careful, and this one won't run steel, but this one will. AKs are the same deal, but with the magazines as they are. This is from Kalashnikov USA, and as you can see, it just kind of doesn't even try. This is a Molot 40 for the RPK, and as you can see, it will lock, but some pressure on it removes the magazine for me. When you get a magazine, regardless of make, manufacturer, whoever it is made it, again, this is from Kalashnikov USA. This is an actual Molot. This is from Russia. You want to check, inspect. So if you do get them to lock, give them a tap backward here to make sure that these rear lugs work, and then give them a crank this way to see if the front lugs work. Same deal. The 40, push it this way. Oh, that's fine, great. Oh, and if it does that, this is a no-go combination. Now, I'm not going to get rid of those two magazines, though you think I should, because I do have another 30 caliber AK that they do work in. It's just they're going to have to be separated magazines. They're going to go into different kits so that they stick with that rifle. Probably going to get attached to that rifle somehow, some way. Now, take it for a magazine that we know fits proper. That's not doing it, and that's not doing it. So just check your magazines, check your stuff before you get too far off, because I sure would have been livid, and I do mean livid, if, because especially since everything's expensive nowadays, and because I live in a restricted state, so these are really not a thing I can be playing around with. If I had bought like 100 of these to go with this rifle, only to discover that they don't fit, buy one at a time if you have to. You can buy like one Circle 10, go, okay, yes, fits great. I'm thrilled about that. Now I can buy 10 more of those. Buy one of these. That doesn't fit. I'm not buying another one. I'm going to sell this one to somebody else. Same deal with these, and again, this wasn't an issue with my AKs until this magazine and the other one. You got to be careful with these magazines. AKs on the magazine side, this is their worst part. It's not ergonomics or recoil or sights or any of that other silly stuff. It's in the magazines. Even their drums, not the best things to have in the universe. This is a 75 round drum, and it's coiled by a leaf spring that you have to coil. Across the board, all the drums from Korea, Romania, Russia, Bulgaria, all of them, the manuals state the same thing. It's a 3-turn key on the back here. This one's already cranked. And they can't be kept that way indefinitely. You will break the spring. So if you have your drum and it's not like your bedside rifle or something like that, it's not a big recommendation from me. You're gonna have to go and press this little button here. There it is. Sometimes they fight back. And it's gonna have to be stored like this. They can be stored with 1.5 cranks on the key. The problem with it is you're not gonna get half the drum out of that crank. You're only gonna get about 5 to 20 rounds with a 1.5 crank. And when you reach that limit, you're gonna have to go back in and crank it all 3 turns again. There's no saving the spot. These are ambush things. If I were to ambush somebody or someone were to ambush me, and this is what I would want to have if I were going on a patrol and I knew that there was a potential for an ambush, I'd have this with me all cranked up. And when I got back to base or wherever it was I was going to be, I would go in, undo it, and I would make it safe, secure, put this off in storage because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't know if there's going to be a problem, what the deal is. Home defense rifles, that's going to be even longer because you're just going to put this up on the wall or by the bed or wherever it's going to be, and you're probably not going to touch it for days, months, years, except when you go to change out the batteries on your dot. If you were to ask me, you want more ammunition than your 30-round magazines. A 40-rounder will do the trick. It's 10 extra rounds. But more probable is I would recommend duct taping. That way you have 2 30-round magazines. The mindset remains the same for why I carry a spare magazine in my pocket for my EDC. It's not necessarily that I want a bunch of bullets, although that is a really nice consequence of having 2 magazines. It's that I want 2 magazines. If this one magazine craps out on me after the first shot, because Murphy will absolutely piss in my flintlock and do that to me, then all I have to do is switch out and I have it. At 3 a.m., shit my shorts, I'm not gonna have chest rigs and friends and armor and all this stuff. I'm probably just going to have the rifle, whatever's on the rifle, and whatever's in the rifle. That's more than likely what I'm going to run out and deal with. So that's just a little bit of advice when it comes to AKs and their magazines. Again, be careful, because this is not a low quality magazine, nor is this. Although it looks funky, it's not low quality. This rifle, I know, I hear you. It's a Century. I've had this thing, this was my first rifle. I've had this thing for, coming up on 2 decades now. It's never really given me any troubles until these 2 met. So, even your old reliable AKs, your brand new AKs, they may not get along super great with every magazine you have out there. I just want you to be careful. Money's tight for everybody. And we don't have the kind of money to go wasting on magazines that don't work with the guns that we got. This is where ARs kind of do better than AKs. They're all the same. Every magazine fits in an AR just fine. So if you're not really willing to spend the extra money on quality magazines, extra quality magazines, and checking every single brand and type to see, well, does this fit in there? Does this fit in there? AKs probably aren't the best solution out there. ARs, whatever magazine, and I think they've roughly fixed the ammunition problems with a lot of them. So I hope this helps somebody out there. Thanks. Bye.